Okay, quickly moving to the next question. Today I'm really happy Shinija with us. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Dilip.
You have 20 years of experience in GIS, and how you started your career and how it is going on. So what you are thinking, like moving forward, or what you are planning, and all those. Can you summarize everything in a short note?
Yes. So I finished my graduation back in 2006. I did my graduation in civil engineering. And then my first job, I worked as a spatial data engineer. It was basically capturing data from the satellite images back in 2006. Which is very well automated now. There is AI in it. But in 2006, we had to manually sit and capture those data. So that was the first job. And that was very crucial for me because that was a starting point for me, how I entered into GIS. So I'm very thankful, to that first job of mine. Then I moved myself a step ahead, and I worked as a research fellow in one of the semi-government organization. So where I was introduced to GIS, I was introduced to modeling, and then I wanted to do a professional course in GIS. So I took up a course from Triple ITMK for 3 months, and that was a certification course in GIS back in 2008.
Yes.
Then I moved to UAE.
Okay.
So it was GIS was fairly a new subject in 2008. So not many were in this field, those who had experience in field. So God's grace, I got a job offer from Dubai Electricity and Water Authority.
Okay.
I worked there as a GIS analyst for 14 years. And it's then in 2022, I got a call from Etihad Rail. And yeah, I jumped into Etihad Rail, and I'm here working as a GIS specialist. So my career journey started from 2006, and yeah, almost 20 years in the
That's
same field, GIS.
Yeah, that's a long run when
Yes,
you have seen the basic moves of GIS to the
exactly,
advanced level of GIS.
exactly.
Okay, let's start from the scratch. What exactly is GIS? And someone like me who doesn't know GIS, like means I
Yeah.
never worked on GIS, and why should I care about GIS?
Let's start with the definition of GIS. GIS stands for Geographical Information System. So let me take the example of Google Maps, which every one of us on a daily basis for commuting, we use Google Maps. So it helps us reach our destination in the shortest time possible. In case of traffic, they show us alternative routes. So this is one of the example which I can cover, which is everyone is aware of the GIS application, as you said. And so now GIS is not only to show where things are, like where it is located. It is also inclusive of why things are there. If the circumstances change, what step should be taken, what action to be taken. All these factors come together and builds GIS system.
See, okay, I feel it's so technical for me, and if I want to explain the same thing to a 10 years old kid, then how can I do it?
That's a good question. All of us in our school days, we have seen those big maps on our school walls, which shows the locations of different countries, continents, and we have all studied latitude, longitude in our school geography textbooks. So everything, all these continents, places, latitude, longitude, if we bring to a system, it becomes a software, and then we can call it a GIS application or GIS software. So to a 10-year-old, I would say this hard copy maps is brought to a desktop, brought to your convenience in your laptop, in your system, in your computer, and you can see the layers, the places you want to go, the parks you want to play, how to reach there, and what are the nearby facilities like pizza shops or burger shops or ice cream shops you want to go, a 10-year-old would love to go. You can all search sitting at your home with your laptop or your mobile at your convenience.
That's pretty easy understanding, like I can explain to you.
Yeah.
If I want to ask, how was the GIS before AI, and how exactly now it is? Like, how can I divide two phases of GIS in the presence of artificial intelligence and before the artificial intelligence?
I would like to cover it with an example. Before AI came into GIS, and after AI took over GIS. So years back, the satellite imagery classification, it used to take a lot of days, months to classify or segment each asset. Like, for example, if you want to classify data based on the road network, the buildings, the trees, it used to take, for operators or editors to sit manually and then, draw those polygons, draw those points, draw those road network lines. But the onset of AI, now it takes just few hours to segment or to classify using deep learning. To classify a satellite imagery, it hardly takes hours, and those manual jobs completely replaced with the onset of AI.
Okay, that means to say, like, before AI, we used to have a lot of manual work that used to be done, and now that manual work was replaced with AI. So, apart from this, if I want to find um, the positions, like you can see, like you have 20 years of experience in GIS, like maybe you have seen a different levels in GIS software. Like, so if I want to know the levels, like what exactly affected by the AI, artificial intelligence, the way you are saying the manual work was totally replaced with AI, or we can say it was made our life easy, right?
Yes, yes.
So those kinds of levels, whatever changed by AI, can you name few levels that are in GIS?
Definitely. So something which there's a wow factor which has AI has replaced in the current day-to-day task would be the NLPs, natural language processing, which before, years before, we used to manually type or manually run the SQL query to do all sort of analysis, which is completely being replaced. But even if it is he is a non-GIS user, he can come and he can just type, give me analysis of this particular area, and which would be the best location for the business I am planning. He can just give it in his own language, and GIS gets it using NLPs and gives the data what he requires. So
Okay,
yeah,
so that means to say, like, the SQL writings or SQL queries, what we used to prepare,
type in.
type
Yeah.
in or prepare within GIS in order to find or sort out some kind of information. So now it was just a simple English that we will ask, and it will
Exactly.
give us the results.
Correct, correct, correct.
That's a good thing that AI helped us in our life. Yeah. Okay. Can you break down a few scenarios or few ways where AI is being used in JS nowadays?
Yeah. The first one, I would say, the best one for me, according to me, it would be predictive modeling. So, predictive modeling is being used with the help of AI as well for forecasting floods, wildfire, and the traffic. So, this is one of the best example where GIS and AI together being used. And next one would be image analysis. Like, if you want to see the changes in the environment, how many trees has been cut down, or deforestation happened, so measures we can take to prevent these deforestation, image analysis, image segmentation. These are the few places where, like, AI and GIS work together, and they are continuously working on.
That means it's just like taking an example of Google Maps. So like when we are going from
Navigating,
A
yeah.
to B,
Correct.
so it predicts the time and gives us the exact time. So you mean to say like that is the area where this AI came in within the GIS. That
Exactly.
is a good example
Exactly.
to that everyone has to know.
Correct.
Okay, when I'm doing some research on GIS applications, like I like frequently saw like a term which is sort of like geospatial and geospatial AI. So what is geospatial? What exactly it is? Is it something different from GIS?
No, no, it is something within GIS. Geo is geography, and spatial is something related to the earth. Like every unique points on the earth, they have latitude and longitude. So anything with a location, each points on the earth, they have got a unique location. That is the basis on which GIS works. Each unique points on earth, they have latitude and longitude. So geospatial is something related to the location geographically. That's
Okay.
it. Yeah.
And how about like okay, the simple example what you mentioned is like replacement of all the manual work by AI. And if I want to ask this geospatial AI, can you give me out a real world example that we can pick it easily to understand what is geospatial and how exactly we are implementing AI in that?
So if I have to, cover one real world example, what I would like to think about is an article which I happen to read in LinkedIn. Indian Railways, many the rail safety workers, they used to lose their lives when they were doing the day-to-day maintenance works, and then with the onset of AI, they have come up with a live mobile application. So each worker, they will be having their mobile application, and with the help of sensors, IoT, and AI, when they are entering that particular block or section of the track where they are working, they will send the location. The location is marked with the help of GIS. This alert directly goes to the signaling team, and they know whether the train is coming to arrive, happening. They are the train is arriving in that particular section or particular block. They will get an alert. If there is no trains, it is safe to work, and the maintenance team finishes their work and they go back. Otherwise, if the train is arriving, they get a red alert that train is arriving. They can move back safely, and their lives are lives are saved.
When you say lives are saved, like what do you mean exactly? It is like before this AI or this alert kind of thing, or before this implementation, what used to be happening over there?
Everything, it was manual, it was paperwork. So if I am a rail safety worker, morning I go to office, I get the paper where I have to go, which maintenance to be done. I go there with the paper, I finish the work. There is no data being sent from the maintenance worker to the team there sitting in the office. It is just hard copies or papers which is being passed. By the end of the day, they go back with the paper, work is done. And with the onset of AI and GIS, the locations are tracked and the messages is being sent vice versa.
Okay.
So I strongly believe this is one of the best examples where AI is used, and a lot of lives have been saved.
That's really good to know that AI is saving lives.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to ask a simple question. Like, is AI is taking away the GIS jobs?
AI won't take away GIS jobs, but definitely AI has already taken over the task which we were doing repeatedly, the basic analysis which we were doing years back. Like in 2010 or 2011, we were sitting manually, sitting and creating those polygons, those lines. Definitely all those basic day-to-day tasks, it's already replaced by AI, but not GIS.
Okay. So, if I'm a recently graduate student from the college, and so what are the skills I need to learn if I want to enter into GIS field? Is it GIS, or is it AI, or it is both? I need to learn. It will be an advantage for me. How the market will look like if I am being only the GIS person, or only the AI person, or being the skilled with both the talents of AI and GIS and AI.
Definitely, being in AI or only in GIS, you can survive. But if you want to, be a successful in your career, this the combination of AI and GIS, Geo AI, what we call Geo AI, is terrific. So if you want, as like you mentioned, you are someone from GIS background, enhance your skills on programming side, machine learning and deep learning skills, so that you can be successful. And like someone like me, who never learned programming, recently I am using GitHub, I am using Python, I am downloading the codes from ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini. I'm automating my task with the help of other AI tools, which is helping me in my career. So if I am someone who is just clicking the tools, I won't survive the job market. So
Okay.
always enhance your skills, learn, jump into programming, improve your technical skills. Not only using the tools provided to you.
Okay. So that means a simple, clear understanding. It's not the AI is taking away the jobs. It's
No.
all about skilling ourselves, that developing the skills.
Upscale yourself.
Yeah. Within GIS, along that applications, whatever comes with GIS, which uses AI, and just going and using them in our day-to-day life will make our life easy, where our job is not never taken away by AI.
It is always artificial intelligence, it is not human intelligence. So I believe there the factor, the difference is human intelligence and artificial intelligence. So in GIS, taking critical decisions, analyzing the situations, always there is a human factor required, and it cannot be replaced by AI.
So still, like, if we are sustainable, compatible, like we develop our human intelligence, so our jobs are always within our
Definitely,
hands.
definitely,
That's
definitely.
that's really good to know. Since you mentioned that you are already in the railways domain in your intro, so I want to ask, which touches my research space also. So on that particular domain, so you mentioned the same thing in the real world example also, where for the track maintenance and all
Yeah,
those, these guys are sending up using AI and saving the lives.
true.
So if I want to ask in that safety terms of safety perspective, how exactly AI and GIS is useful in railway domain, you can say, like.
Okay. So because I work for railways, I always I'm interested in reading articles where they use AI, combination of AI and GIS. So Japan has set a golden standard where they have implemented AI and GIS. What they have done is they have put sensors across the track, and then whenever there is a vibration difference, the threshold difference is there, the sensor sends a signal. And what happens is, even before the driver comes to know that I have to apply the brake, there is an emergency situation on the track, the train stops itself.
Okay.
And this is like because they are using GPS, the location track, as well as AI
The
plus the
sensor
sensors.
and the sensor the
Yeah,
data.
yeah. So the all these things are working together, and this could be life changing. So many railway accidents are happening, and so many people they lose their lives. So this is something Japan Railways they have adopted.
Okay, since you mentioned accidents and all those, in safety critical industries like railways, how can, like, you can GIS plus AI can help us in an emergency response situation?
Okay. To explain it more, let me take the example of geofencing. Geofencing. So, what GIS gives you is locational intelligence, and AI gives you, a prompt, like the faster prompts,
Yeah,
faster response.
the thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the combination, when the location intelligence plus the response factor, when it comes together, geofencing would be the best example, whereby, for example, in the case of railways, we can mark areas where the animal incursions are more, animals cross the track, or it is their habitat. We can mark their zones, and these AI, with the help of AI, we keep sensors, we keep cameras, which continuously capture those images and send to the control room. So whenever there is some animals passing by, we already know with the historical data this is a habitat of those animals. So we know whenever there is animals crossing by, the alert is sent to the control room. We can ask the send signal to the train driver, or apply emergency brake in
Hmm.
case of animal crossings.
Okay.
So there is no manual effort here. It
Hmm.
is all done with location, using GPS, with the sensors and AI application.
That's really a good example.
Yeah.
The alternative way of explaining an accident. But I want to bring in more deeper in terms of social accidents. But
Hmm.
it's a really good example. But
Hmm.
again, I will extend my research. Like I will explain you what is my exactly my research is. So my research is also same kind of accident response framework which I am working on. So like in the gap which I like with the research which I am identified is like there is an all AI tools, or as you said in an example, like all the applications which are there as an predictive kind of thing, where
Okay.
they sense it, they will send it to avoid an accident. And by any chance there is already accident has taken place, and after that whatever is happening, so maybe few of them may be applying it AI. Like most of the from my research I came to know most of it's almost 80 to 85% of the industries, especially railway industries, all over the world, you can say, they are like implementing the manual procedure. So consider the simple
Post
example.
accident.
Yeah, it's like post accident. So once the accident takes place, immediately the service should be to be normal as usual. So during that time an emergency team starts their work
Yeah.
in order to clear the line, make an assets clear and all those stuff. So my part is like identify those accident situations which I am trying to do it, and next thing is like identify the assets, like
Which is
whether
being affected.
which is like being affected, and which helps in restoration of the service, that brings you a service to normal situation
In the
at a
shortest time.
shortest time. So this is what exactly I'm trying to do it. Like I'm trying to prove that using AI in the post accident situations, it will help us to restore the asset quickly, restore the service quickly, and it will help us to save time, which eventually take us to help save some more money.
Got it. Got it.
So
Got
this
it.
is what my research exactly it is. Now if I want to fit in GIS in this particular like scenario, where exactly it fits in?
So, God forbid a railway accident or railway incident happened. The location where it happened, this is GIS. Where it happened, the location intelligence. And you want to deploy the emergency response team, the hospital, the ambulance, everything to this particular location. So all of these emergency response required for that particular incident, it it is where GIS is connected, or the location intelligence is connected. Without knowing who is staying nearest to that particular incident, what are the assets which got affected. Like when you talk about railways, it is not just the track, it
Yeah.
is the number of assets, the signaling assets, the track assets, the communications, all those assets they take part in this incident when an accident is involved. So the team involved to reach that particular location in the shortest time possible to react to that situation at the earliest, we need GIS plus, of course, AI.
Okay, for sure, I will use those points what you mentioned. Really, I think those points will help my research a lot. And quickly, so during my research gap, research analysis which I'm doing on, so I came up with a term called a digital twin. So that is along with AI, GIS, and
Yes.
this is a replica of a database. For me, I felt like it is just a database using a replica of few things. Just I make use of databases on the top of the data, just where I feed it to machine learning. Same way, I felt like digital twin is an database where these applications are getting interacted to it. So
Exactly.
is that like what I'm thinking is correct, or it is digital twin is something different, which from my thinking?
Okay. So, as the name suggests, it is digital twin. So, it's a digital copy of what you see with your eyes. Okay. It's a 3D replica of the entire. When you talk about railways, it is a 3D replica, virtual replica of your track, all those signals, signal boxes, the bridges, the tunnels. So, someone sitting in the control room, they can virtually see the entire track sitting at their desk. So, anything, there is a problem occurring or which is bound to occur,
Okay.
this can be controlled with the help of digital twin.
Okay.
For example, this predictive maintenance,
Uh-huh.
preventive maintenance,
Okay.
all these we can have a better control if we have adopted digital twin. Most of the railway companies, they have already built a digital twin of their assets.
Okay, in simple terms, it became the backbone of the current infrastructure, wherever
Exactly.
exactly it is
It's a
implemented.
copy of current infrastructure
Okay,
which we can sit and control in the control room.
got it.
Instead of going to the site, the time which you are spending going to the site, taking some measure in case of any incidents, all this can be cut short if you have a digital twin.
Got it. So it saves a lot of time to
Yes,
identify the assets.
exactly.
So in whatever the way they are in, like
Correct.
GIS or databases or AI. So whatever I take name, it will be the part of digital twin.
Exactly.
That's a clear answer. I love to end with one final question. If you want to restart your life, your career right now, what would you do differently?
um, if I start my career now, like I started in 2006, I would definitely love to learn the basic machine learning, the LLM models, also the computer vision. So I would like to enhance my knowledge so that I'm in a position where I can automate the task or create new tools in GIS, which is helpful for other GIS users as well. So definitely I need my programming skills. So these would be the places where I would enhance my knowledge, basically programming, deep learning, LLMs. Yeah.
That is a real time advice that I can adopt in my situation also.
Yes.
If I want to ask you a funny incident that you faced using AI, so can you give any incident that happened within your work?
Okay. I can take the example of the pre-trained model which I used for a recent satellite imagery classification. So the model was trained to identify the swimming pools. So what the image was given to the model is blue square or rectangle or polygons, blue in color. So identify it as a swimming pool. But many of the buildings in that particular location, they had their rooftop in the same blue color, square or other polygons or other shapes. So the pre-trained model started identifying the rooftop as a swimming pool. So
Okay.
this is where the human brain is much more important than this artificial intelligence.
So, but I can say that is another way of getting a rooftop swimming pool
Yeah,
without
yeah,
spending money.
definitely, definitely. There might be a rooftop swimming pool, but that was wrong capture actually. It was not a swimming pool; it was a rooftop. But then, because of the model it's trained in that way, that captured as a swimming pool. Yeah, this is where human brain, human intelligence is required, rather completely depending on artificial intelligence. So this is I am confident that AI won't replace GIS jobs.
That's a good thing to know. Happy news to everyone.
Yeah.
Fine. Shinija, nice talking to you. 20 years of experience you added in one single video. So much of information and knowledge I have gained it. Thank you very much for joining me and giving valuable information from me.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to the session. This is like, discussion more than, data sharing. It was a discussion which I felt it would be helpful to many of the GIS or AI candidates who are looking forward, who want to start their career in GIS or AI. So thank you, Dilip,
Thank you.
and all the best.